Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with a new video on Counter Side. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about certain characters and certain updates that took place in the KR version that literally broke the game. If you guys haven't noticed, the game has actually gone down a little bit in terms of rating on the Play Store. I will pull up a screenshot right now to take a look at what the data shows. But as you can see, recently there is a huge dislike going to the game due to some of the recent updates that were coming out. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is talking a little bit about it, and hopefully you guys actually like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Counter Side. I don't really take a look at the KR version. I go in sometimes, I log in every single day just to get some of the login resources. I take a look at the updates sometimes as well. So I'm not like completely familiar with the KR version, but I do know a couple of information about certain characters, and I'm a little bit up to date with some of the information in the KR version. So I do believe the information I'm giving you are pretty accurate. So which character broke the game? Well, first of all, it all started with the brand new awakened character. So let's go and take a look at her briefly. Obviously I can't read what it says with the specific character. We can take a look at the animation for the character whilst I talk a little bit about her. So let's filter this out and go with SSR character. Scroll down because obviously the latest awakened character is going to be at the bottom. So this character over here broke the game. She literally broke the game. This character alone can literally solo PvP. Now this was before the nerf for this character. In Counter Side, Nexon has said that they will never nerf characters, they will never go back on the skills for the character, but they had to break it just because of this character. This character literally can solo your entire team in PvP. As long as you place her in the right position at the right time, she can literally counter anyone. So even if a whale decides to spend a lot of money on their account, got all the best characters, decide to put them all in PvP, those characters will be useless against this unit because she's going to confuse them, and those units that you've worked on so hard are going to turn against you and be the downfall of your account in PvP. So if anyone actually managed to summon this character, she was pretty annoying. Now because they had to roll back in terms of the skills for this character, they had to go ahead and nerf her. They did bring out a little bit of change with the policies. So let's say you did manage to pull on this character, you managed to get her, and you guys are upset about the nerf for the character because literally she was broken. So I do understand why a lot of people decided to go ahead and summon on her just because of how broken she was in PvP. A quick easy way for you guys to rank on PvP, but because of the nerf, I guess a lot of people were actually upset about that. But the way they went about the nerf was actually pretty good in my opinion. But I know a lot of whales are going to be like, what do you mean pretty good? Because it didn't really affect them too much. Basically, if you did pull on this character, managed to work on her, got her all the way to like level 110, what they're going to do is that you will be able to recall the character, recall the amount of resources you put on this character, and then you can go ahead and put that on a different unit. Now, I'm not too sure, I'm not 100% sure about the recall. I'm not sure if it's recalling the character. You can literally trade your character in for a different SSR character, or in terms of the amount of resources you put on this character, a ticket that you can go ahead, remove the resources on this character and put that on another unit. I think that's what they mean by the recall. I might be wrong, tell me down in the comment section, because I did see someone did say that you can trade in your awakened Amy, this character, and go ahead and trade her in for a different SSR awakened character. Not really too sure about that, but obviously Wells weren't happy about that because Wells already got most of the characters, probably already got all the awakened characters, so this doesn't affect them. So even if they worked on her and the nerf came, they really want to just remove all the resources or not work on her anymore. It doesn't really affect them too much with the stuff. So that's why a lot of people, a lot of whales are disliking the update. In addition to this character coming into this game and pretty much ruining PvP, a lot more stuff happened in the game to break the game. Right now, if we go and take a look at the collab characters, this characters broke the game, literally broke the game, because I believe they added a new specific event where you can go ahead and farm in exclusive equipment. Usually, if you guys already know, exclusive equipment, you can only get exclusive equipment for certain characters by getting those units to level 100, and they're going over to connector or the counter, what is it called? Let's go over to the events and go over to the... Oh, I can't actually open it, but I believe it's called a connector stuff where you can go ahead and unlock certain resources but for getting your characters to level 100. So by doing that, you are able to get your exclusive equipment for that character. But that was actually different for the brand new characters, the brand new collab. You could go ahead and farm that, and because the exclusive equipment for that character was an accessory, you can actually equip characters with 2 accessories, which made the character very much broken. Now, I am planning to make a separate video talking about why Now You Been pretty much got countered in PvP. Now, I'm not really too sure the reason why they got countered was because of the unit's exclusive equipment, because you can equip this unit with 2 exclusive equipment, which made her completely broken. But I'm not really too sure if that's why Now You Been was able to get countered, but I will make a separate video going over why Now You Been is pretty much useless in PvP. But I still need to understand whether it's due to the fact of the exclusive equipment. But yes, the exclusive equipment that you could go ahead and farm made those collab characters completely broken in PvP. If you guys have not seen a couple of videos, there is a couple of videos out there of this units going against Now You Been and completely shredding him within like 5 seconds. It was pretty hard to watch because everyone loves Now You Been, and to see him go down like that was pretty upsetting to see. But yeah, that was another issue with the update that came to the game, the exclusive equipment, and they had to go back on their decision on that as well. They had to make sure that you can only equip 1 exclusive equipment on a character, and the fact that many people went ahead and farmed the brand new event so that they could go ahead and get more exclusive equipment, go ahead and upgrade their exclusive equipment, made everyone feel like what they did was a waste of stamina. They spent a lot of stamina just to upgrade that exclusive equipment, and now that the second exclusive equipment is pretty much useless to them. Another decision made by the game that actually made a lot of players hate the game. Now, I've got to say this, although I've been talking about a lot of issues that were coming out into the game, I've got to give Nexon a big round of applause. In my opinion, I think Nexon have been doing a great job in the KR version. Obviously, I haven't been in the KR version since the start, but I did play the game a long time ago. Then I dropped it, but I only picked it up back after the SEA server came out, so I'm not really too sure about all the issues that were in the counter side for a while. But for what I can see, I don't think Nexon had any big issues with counter side. Counter side has been going strong for Nexon. Nexon didn't make any bad decision, and if you guys know, Nexon is pretty much one of those companies that a lot of people don't like making games, because I believe they like to cancel games. They make a game, if it doesn't do well, they literally shut it down within like 2 weeks or something like that. So a lot of people don't actually like Nexon for that reason. There's a lot of companies out there which a lot of gacha players don't like. For example, Netmarbles for some monetization issues. There's a lot of other companies out there that a lot of people don't like. So when people see Nexon is the one making the counter side KR version, they typically get a bad impression. They think, oh my days, Nexon is doing this game. But in my opinion, I don't think they have. Obviously, with the latest issue with the game, a lot of people might feel like they did, but in my opinion, I actually think they handled it well a little bit in terms of giving everyone a chance to recode a character so that they can get all the resources back or work on a new character. And in terms of nerfing the character, she was too broken to be kept like that. She was definitely too broken to be kept the way she was. So the fact that they went back on the decision to not nerf a character was a good idea in my opinion. And with the collab issue, I don't think it was actually their fault. Another issue with the collab that a lot of players had was the fact that the characters were both in the same banner, which means like you have a 50% chance to get the specific character. Now usually in games this isn't an issue, but Nexon went out of the way to make sure that they never do this again. But the reason why a lot of people don't like this now is because there's 2 characters over here. So when they reach all the way to 150 pity, a lot of people are going to hate it if they pull a specific character they don't want. Let's say they want to go in for this character, I've forgotten the name, I believe it's like Mario or something like that. Don't really know too much about Guilty Gear, but yeah, let's say they wanted to go for this character but instead they got her. A lot of people are going to be upset, but that isn't actually Nexon's fault. I believe it was due to the contract that they made in terms of getting the Guilty Gear collab, that they had to put them in the same banner. Now I'm not 100% sure about that, but literally that made a lot of people annoyed about that. But if you guys are in the C server right now, the English server, you do know currently with our banners, every one of the banner are separated. So we only get one SSR character that we actually want to go into the banner, which a lot of people in the SEA server actually like, which is something I like. Not having too many rated up SSR characters in one banner is very beneficial, because we can go all the way to the pity and get the character that we want. And I think Nexon actually decided to do that as well. If you go ahead and take a look at the banner, as you can see, they're all separated, only one SSR character within each banner. So with the way Nexon has been handling the counter side, the KR version, I think they've been doing a fantastic job. They realized that a lot of people don't like getting a banner with 2 characters in it, but they did go back on this, but I believe it was due to the contract. This made a lot lot of people go into the Google Play Store and started ranking it very low, rating it very low. However, I still think they made a good decision. This is something they couldn't avoid, but I do believe they said they will try and work on it in the future, so that with the next collab banners that will be coming out, I do believe they will intend to separate it if they could. But if they do decide to do that, that could actually affect the collab they have, because they had a contract, and if they decide to break the contract just because of the player base, it could technically hurt the company. So I'm not really sure how this stuff is going to work, if they're going to separate the banner or stuff like that. But yeah, certain stuff in the game literally broke the game, but in my opinion, is they have technically been handling the game very well. I do understand why a lot of KR players are upset with the latest stuff coming out into the game, but I do hope a lot of people still carry on playing the KR version for Counterside. This type of development can hurt the SEA server as well, just in case they do decide to add Amy in the future. Well, they will add Amy in the future, but it depends on which version they add. Is it going to be the nerfed version or the broken version? Hopefully it is the nerfed version, because it's going to hurt if the broken version comes into the SEA server and a lot of people are getting wrecked in PvP. But yeah, that's all I want to cover in today's video. Once again, I will be making a couple more videos on Counterside, talking a little bit about now you being the collab characters, and yeah, hopefully you guys actually like this video. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.